Hello everybody, I'm back and I'll be making another comic. So let's get right down to it. One thing I did not talk about last time that I wanted to was how you do your canvas. So you're going to want to make a bigger canvas than you're working with. And what I mean by that is, so this one's pretty small compared to the last one we worked on. The last one had let's see, this canvas is like 630 width, 809 height. And this one we just worked on was 2,550 by 3,300. And it's going to be better if you work on a canvas that big, because then we can put more detail into it without having to worry as much. Because if we just leave it this size, then when we zoom in and do all the details, it's going to be really hard to actually do the details. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to need to make this layer bigger as well. Let me just transform, and I want to take the whole page, get in as much detail as we can. And yeah, if you want to ever change a layer, you just go to layer and then do whatever you want. And then after you do that, you have to press enter to do anything else. There we go. Now we can work on it. And this page I'm working on was like from an older version before I actually used Paint Tool Sci. I still cringe at it, but you know, there's some charm to it, I guess. So let's get started by making our layers. So you know me, I like to make a layer for every panel we have in the comic. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll need 8 because we're also doing the border. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get started on the border. I'm going to use this color. And let's get started making the lines. Oh yeah, I also want to talk about, so I know the audio on the last one was low for my voices. And that's because I'm like talking in my house with people around. I try not to be too loud, but I put myself in a washroom this time, so you know, it should be better. I can get louder without them having to hear. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I like to use 10, and we'll get started on this border. Okay, actually I just thought that, you know, maybe since I wasn't loud on the last recording, that I can pretty much do everything again in this recording and be loud. So I'm going to reteach you guys. You right click to choose the color, but you have to be in a normal new layer. You can't be in a line work layer. And if we go here down to the line and select what size we want, that's so we can make a line of whatever we want. And Control Z, you know, undoes things. If you want to stop a line, just double click it. Make sure not to triple click. And you can also right click in the middle of a line to get rid of it if you messed up. And oh, I didn't even do the very first thing we need to do. The very first thing you want to do also is save as, is to save it as a sci file, because sci files keep all your layers. They keep all the vertex and everything you do to it if you need to change it later. So let's keep moving. We're going to make our borders for each panel. Right click to get rid of that line, do it over again. Okay, so I remember to re-teach you guys a few things. So if you scroll up on the mouse wheel, you zoom out. Scroll down on the mouse wheel, you zoom in. If you hold Control while you're still on the line button, and if you left clicked the node, then you can move it around as you need to. Back in action, Jackson. So, sorry, had to deal with something real quick. So as I said, if you hold Control, and assuming you're still on the line button, if you hold Control and left click, you can move around any point you want. But you have to be on the line button, because if you're not, let's say you're on the magic wand tool, it just moves stuff, doesn't do anything else. Alright, and let's see, so Control, left click, Control, left click, and if you hold down the Alt button and left click, that gets rid of the line. So watch out for that. Oh, and also if you hold Control, go to like the center of the line or just anywhere between the two nodes, then you will add a point there. You can move it around however you feel like. Move to a curved line though. Okay, and straight lines are pretty simple. Let me make sure. So you see these eyeballs on each layer. If you press off of it, then it makes that layer invisible. And I'm gonna do that real quick just to see if all these lines are straight enough. Not really. I have the hardest time telling when it's straight and when it's not. Okay, and now we will get into these panels. So let's go to, all right, let's use the curved line for this first panel. And all I'm really going to do here is I'm gonna make a separate thing as well. I'll have this one shadow, and I'm actually going to put that over this. Oh, let me explain the layers again. So you see how layer 1 is on the bottom? That means that it's on the bottom. Border's on top, that means it's on top. 1 is in between, so it's in between layer 1 and the border. So for example, I have this black line and it goes over the very first layer and under the border layer. And that's pretty simple. Now let's talk about the curved line. The curved line, it takes a little getting used to and seeing how you can curve it to make whatever it is you need to make. And if you want to do like a sharp edge while you're curving, then you can just tap twice, but not quickly. It has to be slow. Because if you do it quickly, that just stops the line. Alright, so I'll trace this out and I'll be right back with you.
Part of me is waiting, hoping we were changing. Everything will be alright with the second chance. Part of me is faded, tired of every day, and hoping we can put this down far into the past. 1,000 words can never heal, but your 3 words change everything. Being with you in the summer light, in every dream you still shine. I'm stronger, I'm stronger in your body. I know this time I'm stronger, I can fight. I'm stronger in your body.
Quick cuts. I'm going to be using the pen for a quick second, just to put in these holes in the gun. So let's see, pen, just like it's like a pin on when you use Paint in Microsoft. That's what it is. Except this time I'm just going to use it to make like just little holes, little divots in here. And while I'm at it, I'll also show off the eraser tool. It erases, big shocker. And you know, it has the different sizes all the way up to 500.
You broke through this darkness, I cannot go farther. Still alive in the highlights of my mind. Though we're miles apart, we're not very far. Every moment of the past brings.
Alright, now I'm going to do the shadow, which I plan to just, actually I'll show you real quick. So I'm just going to make a outline of the shadow. I'll give it 10. We can go big here. We're big boys. And okay, and then later, well, right now too, just lower the opacity, or, well, not opacity, but that's not what I'm going to change. I'm going to change the opacity up here. This changes how, you know, how transparent the layer is. So if I set it to like a third, then that's how dark it is now. And then that will come into play later when I color everything in. And I'll just color everything in under the line work layer. But we'll get back to that later. We just completed the first panel. The line work for the first panel at least. And now it's on to all of this. So let's get to work. Oh, wait. Do not get to work. I forgot to mention one tool, the pressure tool. Well, a couple more too, but I'll get to that later. So go back to the first layer. The pressure tool, if you click on a node or a point, and if you go left, it shrinks it. If you go right, it enlarges it. But it only goes up at 200. And if you try to shrink it, it goes all the way down to 0. And I mostly use it to shrink, and it's pretty good too, because it helps to make good refined lines and creases and things like that. And I like it a ton. You rate this thing a good 5 out of 7. Alright. And after we do that, now we can do more like, I also want to talk about the weights. So let's say I really wanted to make these guns weight 3 instead of weight 5. I just go over here to 3, click on the line, and bam, now it's 3. I'll keep 3 actually. 3 looks nice. And now I have to move all the lines together. So go there. We'll just make this gun bigger. We're gonna cheat a little bit. Just cheat a little bit, just a little bit. So we don't have to make another line segment. Although at this point that might have just been easier. But we're too far in now. Alright. And I do not like how this looks. Ugh. Alright. So one more thing is the color. So let's say I really wanted all these borders to be black instead. Go over here to color and go to border, and boosh, now it's black. Boosh, now it's black. Pretty easy, simple to use. And that's mostly all I do. And now we gotta do all of that for the rest of these, the next, 6 panels. Alright, so let's get to work. So because this background and her are going to be pretty much the same in both of these layers, I'm first going to copy this layer. And, alright. Then transform it down here. Okay, I can fill in the rest of that later. Press enter. Okay, I forgot to put a neck in. Five. Okay, so let's go back to 4, put this neck in. Triple click always gets me. Okay, now I should have waited till I pressurized it. Oh, it doesn't take too long. It's actually fun to do. Now let's go into 5. Add a neck in again. Raise all this up. Okay, so we have both face there. Okay, now also I'm going to get rid of these lines. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, we can now work on the background. And I'm going to do new line work layer. This one's going to be for background. Then I'm going to make the background, copy the layer, put it down here, and we should be good.